Hello again, my little yarnivores and spiderettes. Fiber Spider back again with the continuation of the virus chevron blanket. Yes, and we are on row 6, and we are going to hop right in. And thank you, all of you, for tuning in and continuing on with me. And thank you for Lion Brand for sponsoring this video. And just generally, thank you, everybody. All right, so row 5, to recap. Row 5, we were adding our loops once again, creating new loops and working on creating the valleys right in between. And so we are going to continue on. So to start with, we need to, just as we did down here, we're going to chain 2 so that we can get some height. All right, then into this first big loop here, 11 double crochets. And this chaining of 2 does not count as a double crochet. So into that loop, 11 doubles. 2 and 3, and you know I'm going to double count. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, pretty sure. Okay, so I've got 5, and then I've got 6. Perfect. Okay, excuse me. All right, so from here, going directly into the chain 4 space with a single crochet, chain 4, single crochet into the next chain 4 space, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet into the next chain 4 space. Okay, so now keeping in mind that the first large chain space, we have 11 double crochets, and at the last one, we're going to have 11 double crochets. But in this one here, the normal chain 7 spaces, we only need 10 double crochets. So remember that. So 1, 2, oh, I got caught. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Bingo. All right. Then, scooting right along into the next chain 4 space, single crochet, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now keeping in mind, okay, we had 3, 1, 2, 3 of these chain 4 spaces, and then we did our ravine gap joiner thing, and then we had 1, 2, 3 more of those chain 4 spaces. So right now we only need 2 on either side to perpetuate the decrease. So I did my single crochet, my chaining of 4, single crochet into the next space, chain 4 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet into the next space. So we went from 3 down to 2. So, and right here we have our join for the ravine. So from here, this single crochet, we're going to single crochet directly into the next chain 4 space. So no chaining in between because we need it to be cinched together. So directly from this single crochet into the next chain 4 space, and you would like for it to be a little bit taut, like so. Okay, so we're just going from one to the next, bringing them together. So from here, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet into the next, chain 4 space, 1, 2, 3, 4, and single crochet into the next. Okay, and we've got another chain 7 space. So that being said, 10 double crochets, 2, whoa, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just doing my 5 and 5. Okay, then single crochet into the next, chain 4 space, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet into the next, chain 4 space, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet into the next, chain 4 space. All right, so now, as opposed to down here where we did 20 double crochets in one fell swoop, no, right now it is 2 groupings of 10 double crochets, 10 in here and 10 in here. So that being said, let's get to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then another 10 into this next chain 7 space. We're not doing any chaining in between, we're just going directly in. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And gonna double count, of course. So I've got 5 and 10, 5 and 10. Perfect. All right, so now for the sake of being a little bit more thorough, I'm going to continue on for another part of the repeat that we're going to be doing, and then I'm going to have you do the rest of the row on your own, but I'm going to do this part still. So bear with me. Okay, so we just did our 2 groupings of 10. So now, after doing the second grouping of 10 double crochets, going into that first chain 4 space with a single crochet, chain 4, 1 and 2, 3, 4, single crochet into the next, 1, 2, 3, 4, single crochet into the next, and we've reached another chain 7 space. So that's going to be 10 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. 5 and 5. Very good. Okay. So from here, single crochet into the next chain 4 space. Ooh. Hello. There we are. Chain 4. Single crochet into the next chain 4 space. Chain 4. single crochet into the next, chain 4 space. Now again, we have reached a valley. See, this is where we had our valley join. So into this chain 4 space, we're going to go directly from this single crochet to single crocheting into the next chain 4 space. No chaining in between. No, no, no. Like so. Brings it nice and together. So from here, chain 4, single crochet into the next, chain 4, single crochet into the next, and we have reached another chain 7 space. So that's 10 doubles. And I'm getting caught on the plies of the yarn. It's okay. Stuff happens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woo. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. That is 5, right? Yeah, that's 5, and that's 5. Okay, so then from here, we are approaching yet another peak. So from here, I would single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, 10 doubles, 10 doubles, single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, 10 doubles, single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, single crochet, 2 single crochets right next to each other to cinch this together. Now let me show you over here what it is that you should have. See, as you can see, let me just sort of scoot this. What you can see is that it is starting. We're not quite there yet, but it is starting to do the sort of ziggy-zaggy that we want, because that's the peak, and then we have the valley where it's coming together, and then we have another peak. And that is what we are going for. But it will become much more pronounced when we are finishing up this repeat. So I'm going to go all the way to the end, but I'm not going to do it on camera so as not to bore you to tears, because we've got this peak, and then we have ourselves another peak, and then we have the very end. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to do your 10 double crochets in here, okay, as you're approaching the end. Single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, and then into this loop here, 11 double crochets. So you start with 11 and you end with 11, but in these spaces here, you have 10. And then when you have your peaks, it is 10 and 10. So I'm going to finish off this row off camera. The only real major difference behind what we're doing now as opposed to what we did previously is when you reach the valleys, it's single crochet and single crochet, but with no chaining in between. We're bringing them together, and that is going to form the decrease for our valleys. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same. And then of course you have your 10 and 10 as opposed to your full 20. Okay, so I'm going to mosey my way to the end of the row, and I will meet back up with you for row 7. Alrighty, so row 7 is going to be a bit of a treat for you guys because, in my opinion, it is super easy. All right, and you'll see why in just a minute. All right, so from here, we're going to be essentially doing exactly what we did down here for, what was it, row, was it 1, 2, the second row down here, where we were just doing double crochets into the double crochets. So I'm going to start by chaining up 2, 1 and 2. And then for these 11 double crochets, it's just 1 double crochet in each. This chain 2 does not count as a double crochet. It's just to give us height. So into this first double crochet, just going to do doubles into the doubles. That's all it is. So if you counted properly and accurately in your last row, which I always try to do, you should not have any issues whatsoever. And that is why I always, always, always stress the point to the point of redundancy. I know, but I can't tell you how many times where I miscounted and I had to undo several rows, and it is so painful. It hurts my little soul. All right. And also, again, be sure not to mistake that single crochet as a double crochet because it looks like one, doesn't it? But nope, that is a single crochet. All right, so we have our chaining of 2 at the edge. Then we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Perfect. Okay, so then moseying right along with a single crochet into the next chain 4 space, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, single crochet into the next chain 4 space. And then we have our grouping of 10 right here. So going directly, again, don't be deceived by the single, going into the double with a double crochet, and 9 more for a total of 10. So yes, if you are confident that you successfully counted correctly with all of your shells, your groupings of 10 or 11, as the case may be on both ends, then you should have no problem, really. But I always err on the side of paranoia, so I got 5, and I've got another 5. Awesome. Okay, now we are approaching the valley where we do our connection. So after doing our 10, single crochet into the next chain 4 space, chain 4, single crochet into the next chain 4 space. Okay, then we have reached the valley. So going from this single crochet into the next chain 4 space with a single crochet, no chaining in between because we need these to merge together. So going right in with a single crochet, shaboom, and I could make that a little bit tighter, don't you think? I like them to merge cleanly if possible. See, that's a little bit better. So from here, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, single into the next space, and we've reached another, ooh, my piece got caught there. Okay, so into the 10 double crochets, we do 10 double crochets. So 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and 5. Pull out some more yarn. Tell you, one of these days I'm going to get a yarn bowl. One of these days. Okay, so 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Single crochet into the next chain 4 space. 1, 2, 3, 4 chains. Single crochet into the next chain 4 space. All right, then, well, we have our grouping of 10 and our second grouping of 10. And it's just a total of 20 double crochets because we didn't do any chains in between these two groupings. So it's just 20 double crochets. Skip that single crochet going into the double with the double. And I'm just going to mosey my way through these 20. Whoa, yep. Okay, that was 4. 5, 6, 7, and I have a knot. There we go. 8, 9, and 10. Then 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bit more of this row, perhaps another repeat until we get to the next of our peaks, if you will. And so I'm going to get myself situated and we shall continue on. Okay, so I just did my 10 and my 10, which is a total of 20, of course, going into the next chain 4 space with a single, chain 4, single into the next chain 4 space, and then we've reached our grouping of 10, so it's 10 doubles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Single into the next chain 4 space, chain 4. Okay, single into the next chain 4 space. And we have reached another valley point. So directly from this single crochet going into the next chain 4 space with another single crochet, no chains in between. So going to make this nice and tight. There we go. Ta-dum. Okay, chain 4. Single into the next space. And we've reached another grouping of 10. So I imagine you can see where this is going. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Single into the next chain 4 space, chain 4. Single into the next chain 4 space. And then, yes, we have reached another one of our double shell dealies. Okay, so then from here, it would be a total of 20 double crochets all the way across. Then you would single into the chain space, chain 4, single crochet, and then 10 double crochets across, single crochet into the space, chain 4, single crochet into the space, and then because this is the valley, it's a single crochet here, and then a single crochet right here, meeting them together. Then you would chain 4, single crochet, 10 double crochets, single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, 20 double crochets, and so on and so forth until you reach the very end, where when you get to this point, it's 10 double crochets, single crochet, chain 4, single crochet, and then when you get to this point here, don't forget that you need to do a total of 11 double crochets because we started with 11. You need to finish with 11. I can't stress that enough, otherwise the count won't work. So that being said, I'm going to finish up the rest of this row off camera, and I will meet back up with you for row 8, which is the final row. Yes, very exciting. All right, and I will meet back up with you. Alrighty. Alrighty, so we've reached the pièce de résistance, row 8, and as a reminder, this entire pattern is just repeating rows 5 through 8. Now, like we did down here, we're going to do another sort of meshy fillet-like row. In order to do that, we need to start by chaining up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is going to act as a double crochet and a chain 1 space all wrapped up into one little ball of goodness. So going to go not into this first stitch, but into the next stitch with a double crochet. So we have a double crochet, chain 1, technically speaking, another double crochet. And right now you're just chaining 1, double crochet into the next, chain 1, double crochet into the next, chain 1, double crochet into the next, and we're going to just do 1 double crochet per double crochet with a chain 1 space in between for all of these 11 double crochets. It's really that easy. Until we reach the end. And as always, being careful not to mistake this as a double crochet. That's our little single right there. He wants to trick us, but don't let him. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Good, 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 good. Okay. All right, so from here, we're going to leap over this chain 4 space, being sure not to go into this single crochet and going into that double crochet with a double crochet. Excuse me. Okay, so we just sort of bridged that gap right there. So chain 1, double crochet into the next double, chain 1, double into the next, for all 10 of these double crochets separated by chain 1 spaces. Yes. So it's really, I don't want to say it's a no-brainer, but I would like to say, though, that once you get the hang of it and you're not doing rows that directly require counting like these, it's a lot easier than one might think. At least I think so. It's just my opinion. But you'll get used to it. It takes time. It takes practice and patience, of course, like anything else that's worthwhile. So we've got our 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Perfect. Okay, so now this seems a little bit like, Fiber Spider, what are you going on about? Really? Are you kidding? No, I'm not kidding. We're going to bridge the gap here as well. And so we did our last double crochet over here. I didn't do any chains, but we have our double crochet over here. Then we're going to go all the way across these 2 spaces here and do a double crochet into that first double crochet on the other side. Now, this seems like a leap of faith, but believe in me. All right, so I'm going to go all the way across, skipping this chain 4 space, this chain 4 space, and that single. Don't forget, skip that single. Going into that double crochet with a double crochet. And you want this to be, again, relatively tight. And so we are creating a pretty big opening, yes, but when you consider this opening compared to these openings, it kind of goes together in the grand scheme of things. it doesn't seem like it's out of place, at least in my opinion. So we're going to do that again. So we have our double crochet on this side. Going to do our double crochet on the other side. Yes. Okay, then chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and we're going to have, it's a total of 10 because we had 10 here, so it'll be 10 double crochets separated by chain 1 spaces. So it's really not that difficult. It's just, if there is a matter of difficulty, I would say it is knowing where to go into when doing your decreases. So, because that is a gap. That is most definitely a gap, but it will make more sense as we go on. All right, so we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Perfect. And then scoot your project over. Okay. And then skipping this chain 4 space, going to that first double crochet with a double crochet. I don't do any chains in between right here. It's just personal preference. You could, if you wanted to, just when you're doing your valleys, do not get lost. It's the only thing I can stress. Now, right here, we are at one of our peaks. So I'm going to be doing a total of 20 double crochets separated by chain 1 spaces. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the rest of these 20 double crochets off camera, separated by chain 1 spaces, don't forget. And then when I reach the end, we're going to do another repeat so I can show you how to bridge the gap once again. All right, I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I just finished doing my 20 double crochets separated by chain 1 spaces, and we're going to keep on keeping on. And we're going to skip over this chain 4 space, going into the next double crochet with a double crochet, like so. Then chain 1, double into the next, and then chain 1 and double into the next, for a total of 10 double crochets separated by chain 1 spaces. Yes. Alrighty. Chain 1 and double. Chain 1 and double. Until we reach the ravine, the valley, whatever you want to call it, really. Would you call it the zig or would you call it the zag? If it's a zigzag, what would you call it? Where the zag meets the zig? Alrighty, so that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Perfect. Okay, so now we have reached the point of the valley. So from here, skipping all the way over to the other side, going into that first double crochet with a double crochet, then chain 1, double crochet into the next, chain 1, double crochet into the next. So you can see that we have, there we go. You can see that we have our closure there for the valley. Now, basically what it amounts to is just keep on keeping on doing your chain 1 and double crochet. And you're not increasing, but you are decreasing at the valley points, so to speak. So this is how you continue on doing the rest of the row. and do so until you reach your your peak point, which I'm almost at. And then of course you would end up doing 20 double crochets separated by chain 1 spaces for the peak. So I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, perfect. And then from there, skipping over that chain 4 space, going into that first double with a double, chain 1, and double, chain 1, and double, and so on and so forth until you reach the next peak point. But of course, do not forget that when you reach your valley, you would be doing your double crochet and your double crochet joined together. And so looking at it a little bit more closely, when you lay it out, it's definitely got the pronounced ziggy zagginess going on. Actually, I'll do this one over here. You have the very, very pronounced zigzag going on there. And that is what is creating the chevron. Now, I am going to meet back up with you at the end of the row, because at the end of the row, I'm going to start with yet another new color. I'm going to switch over to the elephant gray. Yes, I am. Because I think that I would like to do another repeat, just in a quick overview kind of sense, so that you can get started and have confidence and keep doing what you're doing, because I want you to succeed. So I'm going to finish up the rest of this row, for the most part, off camera, and I will meet back up with you. Alrighty. Alrighty, so I'm almost done with row 8, but of course I wanted to touch base with you as far as joining, because I always like to start a new color after this particular row. Now, you don't have to do it every 4 rows. You could do it every 8 rows, every 12 rows. You could make these sort of stripes, these ziggy zaggy stripes, as wide or as skinny as you want to, really. So going directly from here across the 4 chain gap into the next double crochet, and keeping in mind that because this is the last of our clusters, we need to do 11 double crochets separated by chain 1 spaces. So I've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 7 8 9. Did I count that right? 2, 4, 6, 8. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I've got 8. 9. Yes, this one's 9. 10. Chain 1. And then on the 11th one, you start it. You do your yarn over, and you pull up a loop, then you pull through 2, just like you normally would. But you take your new color of yarn and you finish the double crochet with your new tail of yarn. And then you would proceed by doing your chaining up of 7 and continue on with row 5. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a repeat on camera for the next part, just as sort of like a complimentary little bonus, where I'm going to go over rows 5 through 8 again in a relatively abridged version, if you will, but I do want to be thorough. So that being said, that is going to conclude this part of the virus chevron crochet along type tutorial for the blanket. I'm very excited about this, and I hope you're enjoying it. And if you are, please don't hesitate. Give a little thumbs up button down below. And again, thank you to all of you for watching. Thank you to Lion Brand for sponsoring the video. Can't say it enough. They're absolutely great. Thank you so much. And all of you are great too. And until next time, I want all of you to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, stay stitching, and stay safe. I love all you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.